Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Bowl TV. This is Matt Canizaro alongside Aaron Smith, and we're here for the Stepladder Finals of the 2017 Super Senior Classic here at Samstown Bowling Center in Las Vegas. We got our 4-player Stepladder, and we will determine this year's tournament winner coming up in just a couple of games. Right now, our opening match is Kevin Croucher from Oregon taking on defending champion from Japan, Junichi Yajima. He's the first international winner of this event last year here at Samstown, looking to become the first back-to-back winner as well as the first two-time champion. The inaugural Super Senior Classic took place in 2013 at the International Training and Research Center in Arlington, Texas. 2014 was held there as well. 2015 traveled to Green Bay and now has found a home here at Samstown. So again, opening match, Kevin Croucher and Junichi Yajima. Big double there, a couple of breaks for Yajima. Rolls the 10 on his opening shot. He goes high there and trips the 4 and some other mess. And now Croucher also started with a strike, so he'll try to match the defending champ here. Winner of this match will advance to take on Hall of Famer Johnny Petraglia, the left-hander. And there's that 7-10 we talked about yesterday. We saw quite a few of those on this pair. And first one of the championship round, Aaron Smith.
Hi, Matt.
Hello.
Sour note to walk in on, but has been a theme on 21 and 22. Croucher looking for a little excitement to start it, but unable to get the pin to bounce back early open.
All right, Croucher coming in as the number 4 seed. Yajima, again the defending champ, is number 3. Petraglia is waiting as the number 2 seed. And on top, number 1 is Ron Moore from North Las Vegas. Ron, the leader for the 2nd consecutive year. Last year, came up short in the title match against Yajima. Both gentlemen bowled great. Ron just didn't have the carry on his side, and hoping to make whatever minor adjustments he can this year to get that first win. It's been a while for Mr. Moore. 8-time PBA 50 Tour champ. Last one was in 2012, so he's been close. Always on the show, but just not picking up those wins. And he's waiting. So he's waiting and looking forward to it. Croucher gives the split a run. So back-to-back opens for him. Interesting format this week at the Super Senior Classic. Modeled after the Professional Women's Bowling Association Tour. And all qualifiers, 140 total bowled. 12 games on a Friday. After 12 games, the field was cut to the top 35. That was 25% of them. They came back for 6 more games in the cashier's round yesterday, after which 18-game pinfall totals determined the top 12, who advanced to round-robin match play. At that point, the 12 are split into 2 groups, 6 and 6. Odd numbers went one way, even numbers went the other. They bowled each other once in a position round. And after those 24 games with bonus pins, the leader in each group earned an automatic spot on the TV show today. Great shot there by Yajima. So Ron Moore led his group and was the highest pinfall total. So he earned the number 1 spot. Petraglia led his group, but had a lower pinfall total, so he was number 2. And then the 2, 3, and 4 players in each group advanced to this morning's group stepladders, where they battled for the spots here. So Croucher and Yajima prevailed in those group stepladders, and now here they are, the number 3 and 4 seeds for the championship round, as Croucher delivers one more strike on the right lane, but he is in a sizable hole here early as we get close to the halfway point here.
Just going to have to hustle. And light on 21, his last 2 efforts. Just the 2-pin here in the 5th, but as you mentioned, 2 early splits. Sizable difference here. Early going. John Petraglia, Hall of Famer, waiting in the wings.
Well, Yojima has come a long way from Japan. Came into town early to get acclimated and comfortable, and I'd say he's pretty comfortable here at Samstown. Obviously won this event last year. Was a qualifying leader here through 12 games this year. And bowled very well at the Senior Masters in 2016. And now, once he gets lined up, this man can strike.
That he can. We saw it in qualifying the last 6 games, averaging better than 244, including 279 in the final game, to earn that top qualifier heading into the Cashers round yesterday morning. And yes, with a win here, he would have to face the exact same road to make it 2 wins in a row. John Petraglia in the semifinals and Ron Moore waiting in the title match. Looking for 6. That's going to have a chance to get up the hill. Does.
It's a terrific shot by the defending champ. Pulling away early here. Not much Croucher can do. Taking a look back at what happened this morning as Croucher delivers on lane 22 there. Croucher went in as the number 2 seed after match play. So he waited for the winner of the opening match in the Group A Stepladder. And he faced Bill Nichols, who defeated Dick Baker in the opening match. Croucher won 246-202 to earn his spot in the final Stepladder here. In the Group B side, it was Yojima over the Hall of Famer Tom Baker, 200-158, and then 225-183 over the left-hander Paul McCordick. So as Aaron mentioned, it's like deja vu. Last year, Ron Moore was the top seed, Petraglia was number 2, and Yojima had to run the ladder as he falters with the Greek Church after the front 6. But out to a sizable lead here after 7 frames. A lot of bowling for these players over the last couple days, and many gonna stick around and bowl the Senior Masters, which kicks off with qualifying Tuesday, 15 games over 3 days, and then that special double elimination match play bracket, 3-game matches. Just a real neat format. Players really look forward to that one. So we'll have that coming up here on Bowl TV next week, but right now it's all about the Super Seniors. USBC members age 60 and older here at the Super Senior Classic.
Yojima looking to bounce back. Just needs to fill some frames here the rest of the way out to take the win. Bounces back with a strike. Croucher, max score 226. Yojima on a 231 pace. That's all you can do right now. Just toss him up there. Make your opponent show up, and obviously the Greek Church in the 7th frame does prove that Junichi is human. So you never know, but got at least keep them thinking about it.
Croucher looking for 4 in a row, and that one goes light again on lane 21. So Ron Moore down practicing, so not watching ball reaction or anything here. But when we talked to Ron yesterday, he said that he did not enjoy the fresh very much. That's what we're seeing here. Players threw a few practice shots, but it's pretty much a fresh 40-foot oil pattern here this week. And Ron looking forward to the couple games of traffic as well as the practice shots to help transition the oil pattern a little bit, break things open, and he feels that he can use that to his advantage when it's time for him to shine here and try to get some redemption for last year. And ring 10 for Ujima, but this one is over, so now maybe an opportunity to try something else or just get some spare practice in. We've seen him make some pretty crazy splits today and throws a lot of strikes, so the spares will keep you in it. 71 years old, this young man from Japan. He's going to finish first here. We get to 241. 3 in the 10th will give Croucher 192. So right now just essentially doing the paperwork. And then it's time for Petraglia to come over.
Of course, Ujima and Petraglia, instant classic last year. You mentioned that spares shooting. Ujima missed a single pin, I believe it was a 10 in the 10th frame, and essentially, well, Johnny P gonna lock me out. I was gonna move on and already started taking stuff off. And then Petraglia 4 through the nose, unable to convert, giving Ujima a second chance and took advantage. The final against Ron Moore. Confidence has to be high here. Gonna be 240s with good count. Gotta like what he's seeing. Obviously with Petraglia coming on next, not going to affect his line very much.
Ujima had a tough or uncharacteristic first block of qualifying, but wherever he went for lunch, it worked. He came back energized and he blasted him and hanging around the top of the standings the entire way. And now a couple wins away from back-to-back titles here at the Super Senior Classic. 2 terrific players hoping to stand in his way. Again, the Hall of Famer, John Petraglia, coming up next with Moore and Petraglia both looking for some redemption for 2016. So expect them to come over here very motivated.
Let's take a quick second. Final shot for Kevin Croucher. Awesome week for him. Hopefully we'll get to see him at the Senior Masters as well. Gonna officially in 4th place. Take home $3,000. 241 to 192. So 241, 192. Petraglia is going to come in, get a few minutes of practice. Ujima will be able to stay loose on a different pair. Our semifinal match coming up here next on Bowl TV. Thanks everyone for joining us here. I'm Aaron Smith alongside Matt Cannizzaro. Are you sure that's your name still?
That is my name.
How about that?
Don't wear it out. There's Ron Moore. Petraglia going to throw a few shots. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, folks. Tell your friends. Join us. Super Senior Classic. This is the place to be. I don't think there's any other bowling on right now.
All right, our semifinal match ready to get underway. Junichi Yajima, our defending champion, taking on USBC and PBA Hall of Famer John Petraglia. Yajima will kick things off, as elected by Petraglia, the number 2 seed.
Right now, I don't know if it's 2016 or 2017. We're in the same place watching the same thing, and
Just on a different set of lanes, that's all.
that is all. So number 2 seed Johnny Petraglia trying to stop the runaway train that is Junichi Yajima, trying to make it back-to-back wins here. The number 3 seed and the number 2 seed. Petraglia, the only lefty in today's stepladder. And he winds it up there and mixes him up to start with a strike.
Johnny well represented here in the crowd. Looking for the early double. Not messing around here.
So early advantage to the southpaw. But here's Yajima. We saw him start last game with the front 6 against Kevin Croucher on the way to a 241-192 victory. There he is back on track now with a strike in the second. Winner of this match advances to face top seed Ron Moore, nearby North Las Vegas, Nevada. Another terrific shots by our defending champion, 3 for 3. Or 2 out of 3.
Oh, 3 pretty good shots. So 3 for 3 in that department.
Absolutely. Got the right ball roll, just seems to get it done. A lot of players we see leaving half tens, and Yajima, you just don't see that from him.
Johnny, always animated out there. Fun to watch, especially when he's striking. Off to the early 10-pin lead. Semi-final match, 2017 Super Senior Classic. We are at Sam's Town in Las Vegas, home of the Senior Masters as well.
Nice little crowd online. We're almost 300 now. Biggest numbers of the week. Appreciate everybody tuning in.
Oh! Messenger does not connect.
And a collective by the crowd here at Sam's Town. Big crowd on hand for
What would the
the
noise?
stepladder.
What noise would it have been if he would have connected? Would it have been owl? Perhaps.
It would have been an uproar, pandemonium in the bleachers. Instead, an opportunity for Yajima.
Has the early makings of a classic heavyweight bout. Each player feeling out the early rounds here. Landing some punches.
Yajima with the 3-bagger. So closing the gap on Petraglia. We know this is going to be a shootout for sure. These guys are too talented. I would expect nothing less than some excitement down the stretch. Petraglia is America's showman, and Yajima serves a similar role in Japan.
Oh, look at that. Oh. Very, very quietly enjoying that 10-pin kick out.
Gently throwing pins. Politely. Yajima, the politest messengers that we've seen.
The polite messenger. I like that. It's going to have to get back, and half 7 for Petraglia.
So it's a gentle tomahawk. Johnny wasted no time getting up there. And the miscue. Just a mental lapse perhaps there. Just didn't take his time. And gets up high flush. Back on track. You can't make a mistake against Yajima. The roles were reversed in 2016. It was Yajima. Uncharacteristically missed a single pin, giving Petraglia a chance.
Looking to keep his foot on the gas here. That looks a little left to target, but quietest reaction ever for trip 4. There, okay, there it is. All right.
And the crowd goes wild here at Samstown. They don't know. They don't know what to do.
The delayed reaction. Connects for 5 in a row.
2 very nice breaks there for Yajima. Rolled the 10 the last time in this lane. Curious what adjustment you make at that point, if any.
This time does not get the 4-pin to fall out, but holds
32 pin advantage.
32 pins. Petraglia can cut to 22 with the double in the 7th. But we'll need to find some late game heroics here. Johnny systematically delivers the double, cuts it to 22. Certainly not out of this match after the miscue in frame 5. Still has 257 out there.
Expect nothing less than a high-scoring affair. These guys are bold. Nearly 30 games on this 40-foot oil pattern this week.
Petraglia gets a hit of his own, knocking out the 6.
Talked to Johnny yesterday after he led the Group A through match play, and he was very relieved about getting the automatic spot on the show. Not even too upset about not being number one, just the fact that he was able to get some rest, didn't have to be here bright and early this morning with the other group Stepladder folks. And it's nice to get in there and get a game under your belt too. And of course, being number one guarantees you the worst you can do is second place and second place money. But for Johnny, he said it's just been a tough, tiring week. He was glad to just get some dinner and get some rest and not have to be here with us at 8 a.m. for the group Stepladder. So just to be able to have a chance to win the event, that's all you can ask for.
That's all you can. And yeah, a few extra hours. Obviously, you never know what can happen in a one-game match, too. So solidifying that spot. And now Ujima's lead cut to just 1. 258 to 257. The max scores out there for our competitors. Ujima, 9th frame. Gets him to mix up. Petraglia has the opportunity to put all the pressure on, but cannot shut out. Whoa, it's Mika. Everybody's watching.
Well, the Senior Masters players heading into town, and practice is tomorrow. So getting in, getting comfortable. And why not check out some of the best bowlers in the world, age 60 and older, like Johnny P. Doing Johnny P things right there.
All right, the scenario pretty simple right now. Petraglia, 257 max. Ujima, 258. So Ujima will have to match whatever Petraglia does here in the 10th to keep his title hopes and title defense. Reality in 2017. First shot. Oh, wow.
Wasn't sure if that one was going to get back at all. And then it just tickles the head pin. Leaves the 5 at 10 in the 10th. Ujima staring right at it, knowing what he has to do. JP give it a run.
Big cover.
Delights the crowd with the cover.
Makes it a little bit easier for Junichi. Once again, just needs to match. The effort from Petraglia in the 10th was up 1. Heading in. Petraglia finishes a 235. Count very important here as well. Ujima can essentially wrap it up here with a strike. But if a spare opportunity arises, we need 8 on the fill ball.
It's nice when the math just works out that well. We sound like we know what we're talking about.
Every once in a while.
Here is Ujima. I'm sure he knows those X's and slashes are universal.
Oh. Could have been disaster. Could have been a 9-pin. Ends up a strike. That hit has definitely been in play this week. Nothing wrong with going too high flush. And Ujima now just needs to stay behind the foul line here his next 2 shots, and he is going to make it back to the title match. Trips the 4. Junichi Ujima. defeats Johnny Petraglia. Final score. Totally different ball game if that comes first, but did get the hit in the 10th to kick things off. 256, 235.
Big round of applause for your third place finisher, Johnny Petraglia.
256 to 235. Junichi Yajima over John Petraglia. Our championship match. Run more. Junichi Yajima. Sounds familiar because it is. Rematch of the 2016 title tilt.
Good news is we have a great storyline either way. It's either the first two-time winner here at the Super Senior Classic or redemption for the hometown hero. We'll have that coming up in just a few minutes. Ron Moore, Junichi Yajima. One game for the title and $7,000. We'll be right back. All right, folks, time for the title tilt here at the 2017 Super Senior Classic, Sam's Town Bowling Center in Las Vegas. It is a rematch of the 2016 championship match.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as the game becoming a higher seed, Mr. Moore is reluctant to allow Mr. Yajima to start. Gentlemen, good luck and good ball.
All right, our defending champ, Junichi Yajima, is going to start the match. Ron Moore, the higher seed. So start first, finish last. Ron wants the pressure to be on his opponent. Terrific shot there to start the match for Yajima. Last year, a 248-218 final score, I believe, and certainly was a much better bowled match than the score reflected. Ron Moore threw the ball great, just didn't carry, and feels that there's more he could have done and would do should that situation present itself once again. It's just all about getting the right feel in the hand position and just making the tiniest little tweak if you're going to succeed against the best, regardless of the age bracket. So Ron Moore learned from last year's title match and very motivated to end a winless streak. It goes back to 2012. And according to our helpful resources, Ron had 8 top 5s in PBA 50 and 60 competition last year, and 4. And he knew that stat. He knew this was his 13th, essentially, TV show without a win.
Definitely shows that motivation. First 2 shots out of the gates, playing the lanes a little more left to right than Yajima.
Well, Ron was hoping that the players ahead of him, plus the practice balls, would help open things up a little. He preferred to have a little bit of transition out there before. Didn't enjoy the fresh this week. So all these little things factor in, and now Moore has the early advantage here as Yajima leaves the 4-pin. Frame number 2.
He's been flirting with a 4-9 for a few shots here, especially on lane 22. Not sure if that's lane breaking down or possibly just missing a hair left of target.
So far this year, Ron Moore has been 5th, 2nd, and 5th in his 4 TV appearances, championship round appearances.
Oh.
So first the 4, then the 9. As you said, flirting with the 4-9.
And he's left both of them.
Is it going to come down to that?
Well, as we talked about a little bit last year, it was the hits that cost more. That cost him the top spot. So as you said, he felt he could have done more, but obviously was all over the 1-3 in the title match. But maybe not necessarily the hits go his way, but against his opponent, you never know.
Well, things went Ron Moore's way yesterday in the position round. 4 players had the potential to have a big game and grab that automatic number 1 spot. And he got just enough to hold off Paul McCordick by 7 pins in the Group B half of the match play. And it was enough to stay ahead of Petraglia, who led Group A. But Moore not messing around here in 2017.
That's 7 pins, including bonus pins, over the course of 24 games. So that's awfully, awfully, very, very close. And we saw the twist of fate, if you will. McCordick falling to the group step ladder, had to win his way into the step ladder and was unable to do so. Ended up falling to Yajima.
Yeah, this format definitely lends itself to that type of excitement. Obviously, for some players, it's a huge benefit. For others, as well as you bowl all week. Uh-oh. Ron Moore nearly throws it in the ditch.
I can hear him saying, "Where did that come from?"
That one almost made it back. I think the ball has a little surface on it. Maybe it tames it down. But that one almost got a piece of the head pin. Instead, a 1-2, 8-10. He'll give it a run. Gets 2. Just like that. Ron knows nobody's fault but his. Sometimes you wish you could have it on a string and pull it back like a yo-yo.
You've been waiting to use that one for a while, haven't you?
Just came to me.
Can Yajima take advantage? And
Holy moly.
we saw that on his fill ball against Petraglia. Obviously, at that point, match already wrapped up, but
Well, we were on the air all day yesterday for the Cashers round and match play. Saw quite a few 7-10s on this pair. Last year, they bowled the championship on 19 and 20, and those lanes seem to play significantly different. And I think Ron was glad that we were on this pair for 2017. But couldn't have expected this quick turn of events. Ron Moore with the miscue, and Jima gives it right back. So Moore leads by 16.
Alright, we saw Yajima's bounce back after the 7-10. Let's see what Ron Moore can dial up after an errant shot in the 4th.
Nearly 400 tuning in to see this rematch. We appreciate you joining us. If you're just stopping in, Matt Kinizawa, Aaron Smith. Championship match 2017 at Super Senior Classic, a rematch of 2016. Ron Moore, Junichi Yajima. $16 pins at the halfway point.
Ron Moore. Never one to shy away from excitement.
That one, as soon as he let it go, the crowd held its breath collectively. It's almost like Ron knew what was going to happen right there. Or at least, if he didn't, he faked it pretty well.
Yajima looking now to keep it at 16 pins, 6th frame. No doubter right there. Pretty awesome stepladder final we've had so far this morning, and shaping up to be a great title match here on Bowl TV. Thanks to everyone for joining us here. Few frames left to go. Jima in the 7th. Oh. Runs high, leaves fast 8. That was a little closer than I think everyone would have hoped, especially Junichi. But Ron Moore a chance to increase his lead now.
Oh, he's thrown pretty perfect shots on the right lane so far. If he could toss one more here and then kind of figure out what's going on the left lane, be a huge advantage. And he goes high. 6 pin. With the spare. Probably closer than he wanted it to be, but a 17 pin lead.
Heading into the 8th. The washout in frame 4. Got it back from way downtown in the 6th. Looks like we need a ball return here, so while we have the opportunity, shout out to the great staff here at Sam's Town, Mike Coffin, Tom Pippinger, for all their help throughout the week. Of course, the rest of their staff as well too. Ball is back in business, 8th frame.
So last two laked him right.
Got mid-full that one though, gets it back, and
So that
7
one,
pin stance.
that was a little more left to right, it looked like, and different angle. Nice to leave just the 7. I was going to have to finish on that lane. He knows he is not taking advantage.
Junichi now will have the opportunity to double in the 8th and the 9th. Make this a 6-pin match. Uh-oh.
He's checking his shoe, his slide. He's done that a couple times today. I think the last few were towards the left side of the approach, but that one, the end result, especially on the spare, not good, losing count. And a tough spare in any condition at 3-6-10.
the switch.
And he
to his
sticks
plastic
again.
ball and
And
chops it.
So some approach trouble. Unexpected difference in this match. Such great bowling all week long. To come down to a technicality like that.
Junichi now max score 199. Ron Moore on a 210 pace. Big shot in the ninth, but Ron Moore can step up here. And win this and end that title drought. Find some redemption in the making. Here, 9th and 10th frames, championship match. Big shot there, 9th frame, Ron Moore. Any type of mark. And he will be our 2017 Super Senior Classic champion.
What do you think here? Light swisher for the win?
We could see it. Strike wins it. Running it. Gets it. Ron Moore. Your 2017 Super Senior Classic champion. Runner-up last year. Earned the top seed for the 2nd consecutive year. And gets it done in the finals against Junichi Yajima. Looking to become the first and 2-time champion and defending. Ron Moore delivers it down the stretch and seals it up.
Well, there's a lot of close calls and frustration, and all in one huge shot. There he is. Last win, 2012. 5 years later. And his 13th show in the last 2 seasons.
He's going to be able to go grab that trophy. Get to take that one home with him. Not too far of a drive, North Las Vegas, Nevada. Congratulations, your 2017 champion, Ron Moore. Big sigh of relief. All 3 in the 10th gets him to 230. Junichi Yajima going to go out strong like the champion that he is. Tough break in the 4th frame with the 710, and then unable to make the 3-6-10 in the 8th frame. Going to leave him a little bit short, but what a run for him. Making it all the way back to the title match. We'll get this final shot then. Matt working the camera, getting the bonus reps in here today. We'll go back to Matt's shot here in a moment.
So the new Ron Moore signature bowling ball. We'll call it the redemption.
So 230, 188. What a show here on Bowl TV today. Some deja vu.
Great bowling, Ron Moore.
Congratulations, sir. Great bowling. All right, Ron Moore. Thanking everybody here. You'll get that good-looking trophy. Just a few moments.
Greg Moore, Ron Moore, Greg Moore. Let's do this. You see down lane our banners.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's officially meet our 2017 USBC Super Senior Classic champion. Presenting his trophy this afternoon is our general manager here at San Bowling, Sir Tom Pepperton. Ladies and gentlemen, North Las Vegas for Ron Moore.
Here's the price of fame here. Tons of pictures. I'm sure Ron Moore doesn't mind one bit. Here's your 2017 Super Senior Classic champion. Redemption from a year ago takes down the defending champ, Junichi Ujima. 13th show in 2 seasons. Gets the job done just in time, too. Good momentum. Senior Masters coming up here in his hometown. Just a couple days, followed by the Senior U.S. Open. So what a confidence builder for Mr. Moore. Not that he needed it. Thank you for your attendance. Don't forget that the Senior Masters starts on Tuesday. 3 spots of qualifying starting at 8 a.m. There'll be 3 days of qualifying followed by 2 days of elimination match play, followed by a championship step ladder. So thank you again for your attendance. We look forward to seeing you all throughout the week. Congratulations. All right, what an afternoon. Great bowling, excitement, ups and downs, and you can't ask for much more out of a championship round. Ron Moore getting it done here. We'll add his name to the short list of winners at the Super Senior Classic. And we will go do our thing here in just a minute. We'll talk to Ron. We'll have a recap for you on Bowl.com later today. And of course, as Greg Moore mentioned, the Senior Masters coming up. Qualifying starts Tuesday. We'll have that for you wire to wire on Bowl TV as well. All right. Well, folks, we appreciate everybody tuning in, watching the Cashers round, match play, and of course, all the excitement today with the group step ladder and the championship round. Congratulations again, Ron Moore, and to all those who bowled and bowled well in this event. Until next time, folks, that's the news for now. We'll see you on the lanes.